Hi everyone, this is Rose with Goddess Love Tarot Therapy, and today I'm going to do an in-depth reading on what your partner or your person is thinking. Now, my video is going to be a little bit different than the other tarot readings you might see because I'm really focusing on trying to help us work through some of the issues that may arise in this reading. To me, the tarot is a guide to help us grow. And when I do tarot, for some reason, it pulls a lot of shadow out. And this is to help us to be more aware of what we need work on. So if you're ready to kind of go deeper within your awareness and try to understand the connection, then this might be very insightful for you. I'm going to go ahead and get started. And if it resonates with you, please like and subscribe and help me grow my channel. I'm just starting out and I could use the support. And I will be doing more videos like this because this is the type of work that I am being called to do. I'm a healer and I want to make a difference, to help people grow, to help them reach the state of awareness that they need to be at so that they can change the way they manifest things in their life, the way they interact with other people. Because as a collective, it takes all of us to change our mindset and be an influence on other people. And when we can learn about ourselves and our own shadows, then it's a little bit easier for us to take society and the people we're around. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and just jump right into this reading. This may or may not resonate with you, so take what does and just kind of absorb the rest so that if it comes up in your life at a later time, you can, have a better understanding of it. If it's something that you've already been through, well, maybe this will just help give you a little bit more clarity about a past relationship or a past experience that may have affected you a certain way. Okay, so the first cards that I got, I pulled 3 at a time, so they kind of came out in sections. First cards that I received were the 4 Cups, Service, and Persecution and Inquisition. So immediately I see that somebody in this connection was feeling that they're being punished for something, that they were being blamed for something, that they're being accused of something. And because of that, it really put them in a defensive state of being. Okay, so this person may have started to become self-absorbed because they were just feeling that they weren't being recognized for maybe some of the good things they were doing and always being blamed for things that weren't being done, or that the only things being addressed were the things that they weren't doing. So there seems to be a lot of missed opportunities that may have happened within this connection that you had with the person you're thinking about. The person, you're watching this video to find out about. And this also reflects you. So take it how it resonates, how it resonates with you, This dynamic right here, it set up depression in somebody. So this dynamic made somebody depressed. It could have made both parties depressed because there's just a lot of heavy energy within these 3 cards. It seems that the focus in this connection was more on the negative than the positive. And that is why this connection ended, because the service that was being given in this connection wasn't being recognized. All right. And also, there could have been some health issues going on here with someone. Someone needed more of your support than the negative blame or shift that they were feeling in this connection. So someone feels that they didn't get what they needed from this connection at the time that this was going on. So there's just a lot of mixed feelings about this connection. Someone was very frustrated in this connection. There's a lot of depression. But then again, there's a lot of wondering, what if this, what if that, what if I had done something different? What did I do that I could have changed this dynamic? Or, there's a lot of questions going on in your head or their head about this connection, because they feel that they weren't putting in what they probably could have put into the connection. And there wasn't enough positive things being put into this connection also. And that's probably why it was, the negative just stood out. There was a lot going on here where people were not doing their part to make this connection work. So there wasn't enough appreciation for what this relationship was. There was a lot of expectations perhaps in this connection, and people just really didn't feel like they were getting what they deserved out of this connection. So there was just a real big miss here when it came to what the other person was getting from their partner in this connection. So that is one of the things that had a big influence on how this connection ended up turning out. Let's see here. What happened to the cards I had? So another thing that really played a big part in this connection was the lack of perception, passion, and the reverse Nine of Cups talks about misery and happiness. So because there was not enough recognition given in this connection, it really caused a lot of misery. And it shattered somebody, like it shattered somebody's dreams about this connection. It also could have caused a lack of self-esteem in someone. Someone really was affected by how this connection made them feel. Someone also right now could have felt like maybe they had what they wanted in this connection, but they've lost it now. So it's devastated them. Even though there was not enough recognition or not enough of the other person's needs being met in this connection, someone felt that this connection had a lot of potential. And, it's all in perception and how we choose to see a situation. So someone could have thought that this connection was going good, and while the other one thought that there was not enough being given in it. So it's all about how we perceive the other person or the dynamic of the situation. So although there was a lot of unhappiness here because of one thing. There could have been something else that sparked this relationship in another way. But it's all about what we want to see. It's all about what we want to take with us out of a situation, out of an experience. Okay, but whatever happened here, it really did shatter someone. It broke their heart, like it crushed them. And it may have caused someone to lose some passion. The Nine of Cups reverse also talks about maybe something looking good on paper, and once you live out that experience or you get involved in that experience, that is really not what it like looked to be like on paper. It didn't turn out the way you thought it would. And right in this at this time, the relationship just was not in a good place. There was a lot of disappointments and letdowns during this time. Okay, and this could be for both people in different ways. Okay, I really feel that both people in this dynamic felt let down by the connection. You know, it felt like people were struggling to achieve their goals that they were trying to achieve in this connection. There was something blocking this from happening. And when people aren't feeling appreciated within a connection, it really does take a hit on your self-esteem. And it kind of gives you a low self-esteem about, what you're really worth, or how much value someone has in you. And when you're not getting the recognition you need or think you deserve from another person, you stop kind of trying. You stop trying to put that kind of energy into something if you're not getting back what you feel you should get back from it. And I think this just started slowly happening a lot in this connection. So the perception completely changed, and it kind of created this really unhealthy environment or unhealthy toxic connection. If you look back on your connection and you can pinpoint certain times that you can now look at things differently. Is there something you would do differently? Is there something that you would change? Because hindsight is 2020. Now that you can take a step back and look at the situation differently, what could you have done to maybe get a different outcome? It's all about passion and what we desire. It's about what makes us feel good. If you can start stepping back into this type of energy, find something and start doing something that makes you feel alive again. Find what excites you. Try to remember what excited you about this connection. What was it that drew you into this connection? What kept you in this connection? Try to remember what that was. Because this reading would not have happened or come out if it wasn't something that needed to be addressed, because both of you are feeling this way. Both of you need to heal from this. Okay, so this is an issue that Spirit wants us to address. So find passion about this connection or this person. Think about how they inspired you. Because this person could have a big effect on your future. This person is connected to you and still is. The energy is all over the place when it comes to this person. You can't just forget about people who have that big of an effect on your life. So we need to work through these things so that we can understand what happened. And if it's meant to happen, it'll come back together. And if it's not, then we're meant to heal from it. We're meant to learn from it so that we can grow. So we can use these lessons and advance in our life somehow. Okay. This is not meant to keep us stuck and stagnant. This is not meant to keep us depressed and unhappy. All relationships and all connections happen so that we can learn and grow from them. So if we're being stuck or we're being held back because of emotional trauma, pain, that type of thing, we need to understand the connection so we can move on, so we can grow, so we can become better people, so we can understand our destiny, so we can reach our destiny. This is where we gather the information we need to know what our destiny is and how to be there. This is where we tap into our higher selves by learning from other people. People will trigger us so that we can get a deeper and better understanding about ourselves and where we need to heal and where we need to change and how we affect other people. Because this is all about connections and how we work together, how we affect other people. This is what life is about in reality. It's all about how we affect other people and how other people affect us. So when we can understand that dynamic, we can start to learn what we need to learn and where our weaknesses are, what our strengths are. So I'm really feeling that this experience is to help us expand our consciousness, our mind, our awareness of connection, of other people, and of how other people come into our lives and change who we are in some way. I think this person had a big influence on your life because it shows here in the cards. So whoever you're thinking about, this person did help you expand your mind. This person helped you tap in to this spiritual understanding, the spiritual connection to something bigger. This is a manifestation card. This is how you tap into the law of attraction. This is seeking wisdom and guidance from something that can give you more insight. This is, seeking help outside of yourself to understand a bigger dynamic. So this is tapping more into your spiritual understanding of life. So this connection was meant to help you expand your awareness in some way. You could be having a lot of dreams right now. This is to help you work through some of the things that may have you confused, situations that you're trying to understand or get over. Our subconscious has a funny way of working through issues while we sleep. And our subconscious mind is really what runs and creates our life. So we really need to let the process of what's going on here work itself out, because our subconscious mind really does have a big effect on the outcome of how things turn out in our life. We need to program our subconscious mind to think more positively. And in this connection, it seems that there's more focus on the negative aspects of what this connection was. So if things are not going right in your life right now, that's why, because you're thinking more of the negative things that went on rather than the positive things and how it helped you grow. So if this is affecting your life right now, if you're being blocked somehow, if something is blocking your intuition, if something is blocking your abundance, your prosperity, if things are just keeping you stuck in a position or a situation that you don't like or happy in, that's why, because the negative aspects of what happened during this relationship are still lingering. This residual energy is very heavy in this connection, because I feel this connection is one that has severed. This connection is one that is ended. But the residual energy is still very much alive in this connection. Okay. So whether it works itself out and the two of you come back together, or if you just work through these issues and you're able to move on and progress into another stage of your life, is yet to be seen. It depends really on you and how you manifest and perceive this connection. And if you can get back on the same vibration, then you can possibly come back together if you're meant to be together. But that's just, it's too soon for us to tell, because we're in a place that just isn't working for us right now. It feels like you worked really hard for this connection, just never went anywhere. It feels like you put a lot of work into it and it was for nothing. And nothing is never for nothing. You're always learning something. There's something you get out of every experience that you have. So try to find what it was that helped you grow in this connection. How did this person affect you in a positive way? What were the things you learned from this person? Because those things you can take with you and that you can be thankful for, that you can appreciate them for, because everybody makes a difference. We all matter. There's a reason why people come into your life. So this connection did mean something, and it meant something to you. So don't act like it didn't. Appreciate the person because they played a big part in your growth in some way. It seems like there was always this need to defend this relationship or fight for something in this relationship. I don't understand why anybody had to feel like they had to fight for something that they wanted or they cared about or that they had voluntarily been a part of. So don't ever feel like you have to defend what you feel is right for yourself. Okay? Don't feel like you have to defend what you want. This isn't something that you have to fight for. This was something that was given to you. Remember that it was a gift. Okay. This card, I saw this card and I didn't pull this card, this Nine of Pentacles, but it popped up. So there is a message in this, because it seems like maybe someone was really let down financially also in this connection. That could be a big part of what happened here also. Someone letting the other person down financially. Someone may have been really dependent on someone to come through for them and they didn't. Now, whether this was purposely done or accidentally done or whatever happened in this connection, you do have to be mindful of how your actions are going to affect someone else's life. But then again, everybody's responsible for their own well-being. And you should never be so dependent on someone that they have that kind of effect on you. And when something like that happens, this is only to help you grow, because everybody is in your life to teach you a lesson and to help you grow in some way. And this is something that you needed to learn. So don't hold it against this person, because they're just playing the role they were meant to play in your life for this lesson to be played out. But if you do care about someone, you don't want to let them down, because what we do sometimes can really affect another person's life. And if you love someone, you don't want to see them hurting, so you want to do what you can to help them. Even if they piss you off, because we all piss each other off at some point. We're human. We can't, we have feelings and things, get to us sometimes. And we're all human. We all make mistakes, and we're never going to be perfect all the time. This is a soulmate connection, okay, guys? If this person is your soulmate, this person was meant to be here and teach you these things. There was a lot of heartache and suffering in this connection. And it was out of balance, okay? There was a lot of things that happened that didn't need to happen in this connection. But it was all for you to learn expansion. For you to learn how to tap into your unconscious mind so that you can eliminate the negative things to help you manifest. This is all about learning how to evolve. So there was a lot of beauty in this connection, okay? It was meant to be this 10 of Cups. And if things hadn't gone the way they had, if things weren't taken out of perspective, this could have been a very beautiful connection. And it still could be. If you're willing to forgive each other and just understand that these things needed to happen for you to learn something about yourself and about life and about the other person and about how we interact with each other, and maybe to even trigger a wound that needs to be healed. Okay. These two cards came out together, the Travel and Leaving card and the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is a person who is traveling, is leaving, changing location. That confirms it with this